And let's get ready for this one, as it's now time for the triple threat match for the AEW World Championship. And here comes the first challenger, 1/3 of the AEW Trios Champions. He hails from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, stands in at 6 feet 5 inches and weighs in at 241 pounds. He is the Rated R superstar, Cope. And the Rated R superstar has a really long list of accomplishments in pro wrestling. He's the former TNT champion. He held that belt twice, and he has held the World's Heavyweight Championship, the WWE Championship, the Intercontinental and United States Championships. He has held multiple World Tag Team Championships, and not only that, he revolutionized the tag team scene with his former tag team partner Christian Cage. He's the King of the Ring, Money in the Bank winner, and we've got more still to announce, but here comes the second challenger now. It's Jay White. Jay White was born in Auckland, New Zealand. He stands in at 6 feet 1 and weighs in at 223 pounds. He too is a former AEW Trios champion, alongside with Austin and Colton Gunn. He is also a former Ring of Honor 6-man tag team champion with the Guns. And he has held multiple championships in New Japan Pro Wrestling, including the International Wrestling Grand Prix World Heavyweight Championship, the IWGP Heavyweight title, the Intercontinental, the Openweight Championship, the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. And Jay White is looking to challenge for his very first AEW Championship. And here comes the champion. He hails from Cincinnati, Ohio. He stands in at 6 feet 4 inches and weighs in at 225 pounds. He is the leader of the Death Riders. He has held the AEW Championship 4 times, the most anyone has held the AEW Championship. He has also held the AEW Interim Heavyweight Championship and the International Championship. He is also a former WWE Champion, Intercontinental Champion and United States Champion. And now it's time for the triple threat match for the AEW Championship. And this is going to be an all-out battle. There will be no limits in this match. No disqualifications, no countouts. It's no holds barred, and only one man can come out the winner. So Jon Moxley cannot lose this match by a disqualification or a countout to keep hold of the championship. He has to win it fair and square. Leg block applied there by Jay White, and that was broken up by Cope. Oh, look out here. Inverted suplex, and down goes Cope. Jon Moxley now with a Luthez press, throwing those punches at Cope. Jay White went for a drop kick, but no, that was stopped by Jon Moxley. Cope now coming in with a flying forearm. Tie up, and here we go now. Suplex coming. Oh no, Beautiful maneuver there by Cope. Tie up by Jay White now. And look out here. Oh, curb stomp there. And already Cope is bleeding. And there's a ripcord neck breaker there by Jay White. And what's John Moxley got in his hands? DDT by Jay White. And oh! He just shattered that glass pipe over Jay White. Smashes John Moxley's head into the top turnbuckle, but Cope intercepts Jay White, but then John Moxley comes back with a European uppercut to the back of Cope's head. And now John Moxley just slamming his fist into the chest of Jay White. And down goes Jay White. Waistlock there by Cope. Tie up. Look out here. What's going to happen here? Slams John Moxley's lower back into the turnbuckle. Here's the cover. 1, 2, kick out by John Moxley. Jay White got himself back into the ring, hoping to break up the count there. Went with a leg lock there, but that was broken up by Cope. Where's John Moxley heading? Cope and Jay White now colliding. Went for a chop there, but missed it. Jay White now has hold of Cope. John Moxley setting up a table on the outside. Forearm smashes to the back of Cope. Waistlock applied. Oh no! Thinking he was going to go for a German suplex, but Cope shifted all his weight and landed on Jay White. Drop kick there by Cope, landing onto John Moxley. Jay White has just rolled himself out of the ring. Cope has his eyes set on Jay White. Oh, drop kick to the corner there, but John Moxley moved out the way. What a clothesline there by John Moxley. Tie up there by Cope. Irish whip to John Moxley. Oh, reversal there by John Moxley. Forearm smash to the face to Cope. And this is just relentless action here so far. Electric chair. What a drop there by John Moxley to Jay White. Cope now. Look out here. Slams Jay White's face first into the canvas. John Moxley now. Look at this. Tazplex. And down goes Cope. Tie up by Jay White. And now hyperextending the shoulder over the top rope. Irish whip into the ropes. But John Moxley stops any offense that Jay White was trying to attempt. Here comes the electric chair again. There it is. Look at this, John Moxley now. Waiting for that elbow drop there, but didn't quite connect. Cope now slams Jay White's lower back into the turnbuckle pad. John Moxley was getting hold of the table. Cope managed to, attempted a pinfall attempt, but Jay White kicked out of it. And Jay White firing back shots. Oh, there goes Jay White over the top rope. Cope now, Irish whip into the ropes to John Moxley. No, John Moxley dodges any offense attempted by Cope. Irish whip into the turnbuckle, down goes Cope, but then Jay White meets John Moxley with a chop block, and down goes John Moxley. Here's the cover. 1. Oh, just a 1 count now. Now look at it, he's got him on his shoulders. Now John Moxley reverses it. And now look at this, another Tazplex coming. Oh, it lands. Cope now sliding in, another table. Forearm smash to the back of John Moxley. And look at this. Now this time Jay White slams Cope into the top turnbuckle. John Moxley slams the table into the face of Jay White. Now John Moxley now trying to set up the tables. Look, Cope now. Kick to the gut. Tie up. Now John Moxley resting on that table there. Cope now, what a big boot there to Jay White. Cope goes to the outside. Jay White is back in the ring. Oh, what a ripcord clothesline there. Now Jay White firing back. What a European uppercut there. Down goes Cope. Here's the cover. 1, 2, kick out by Cope. German suplex by John Moxley, and down goes Jay White. Neck breaker by John Moxley to Cope. And look at this, tilt-a-whirl DDT, and down goes John Moxley. And a DDT. Jay White looks like he's taking control of the match now. John Moxley's been busted wide open. Now John Moxley now has hold of the barbed wire bat. Only to be met with Jay White. Closed on the corner there by Cope. Here's the cover. 1, 2, kick out by John Moxley. And now Cope, Irish whip into the turnbuckle. John Moxley now in trouble. The AEW World Champion could lose this. Collides with the turnbuckle. And it's met with the legs of Cope landing in his face. Standing drop kick there by John Moxley to Jay White. And now look at this. Cope now. No, reversal. What a move there by John Moxley. Tie up. Irish whip by Jay White. John Moxley in trouble. And now John Moxley expressing his aggressive side to Jay White. Oh, and Cope slams the barbed wire bat into John Moxley. But John Moxley comes firing back, standing drop kick to Cope. Look at this inverted DDT there by John Moxley. John Moxley now looking to set up the table. No, he's going to use it as a weapon. But Cope now drops John Moxley on his face into the canvas. And now it's Cope and Jay White in the ring. Oh, beautiful power slam there by Cope. Jay White now in trouble. This is for the AEW World Championship. Oh, European uppercut there to the back of Cope's head. Look out now. Beautiful leg lock there by Jay White, taking down John Moxley with ease. But John Moxley breaking out of the hold now. Neck breaker there by Cope. And right between the eyes. And John Moxley now relentlessly assaulting Cope with the barbed wire bat. Oh, what a spear there by Cope. And down goes Jay White. But John Moxley breaks up the count with the barbed wire bat. Now he's focusing his attention to Jay White. Arm wringer there, and down goes Jay White. Tie up by Cope. Look at this. Was going to go for a fisherman suplex. No, it was into a small package by John Moxley. 1. No. Reversal there by Cope. 1. And back to John Moxley again. 1. And back to Cope. But a kick out there by John Moxley before a count could be even made. And Cope now back in control, but Jay White returning. What a throw there by Cope, taking Jay White off his feet. This is an outstanding world title match. Oh, bulldog there by John Moxley, and down goes Cope. He's gone to the outside of the ring. Jay White now. He's gone to the outside. What's he going to do here? And now Cope And Jay White now. Oh, beautiful DDT there by Cope. And Jon Moxley sets up the table. And Cope now. Sorry, Jon Moxley guessing the second table. Cope rolls back into the ring. Oh, and Jon Moxley just slams the table into Cope's face. Close lock there by Cope. Forearm smash. Look at this. Tilt-a-whirl DDT, and down goes Cope. Jon Moxley now. Tie up. Oh, look out here. Oh, shoulder breaker there by Jon Moxley. And Cope breaks the table. Oh, beautiful curb stomp there by Jay White. And now DDT by Jay White to Cope. Jon Moxley now. European uppercut to the back of the head, this time to Jay White. Now it's Jon Moxley and Cope. Beautiful headbutt there by Cope. And now he's waiting for it. Is he going to get the spear? He does. He gets it. Here's the pin. One. Oh, only got a one count there as Jay White breaks up the pin attempt. Tie up. Cope now slams Jay White's head into the top turnbuckle. Now he's stomping away on Jay White in the corner. And Jay White is grounded. Went for a big boot there, but that was premature. He moved out the way there. Cope now, beautiful maneuver, and down goes Jon Moxley. Now Jay White, release, sleeper suplex by Jay White to Jon Moxley, followed by a drop kick to Cope. And now waistlock there by Cope. Beautiful inverted suplex there by Cope to Jay White. And here's the cover. 1, 2. Oh, and he just kicked out of that one. Jon Moxley now. Oh, slams Cope face first into the debris. Oh, and there goes Jay White as Jon Moxley smashes that glass pipe into the torso of Jay White. And now look at this. Jon Moxley now. Oh my God, look at that. And Jon Moxley hits that super air raid siren off of the top rope to Cope. Went for that pin attempt, but Jay White broke up the count. And now it's between Jon Moxley and Jay White. Jay White is out of the ring now, and Jon Moxley is pursuing him. Well, I think Jon Moxley may have gassed himself out here. Oh, he slams the table into Cope's face. It's just only Moxley that is standing. Tie up by Cope. Look at this. Oh, beautiful fisherman suplex there by Cope. Forearm smash by Cope. But Jay White now slams Cope's face into the ring apron there. And now Jon Moxley sets the table up on the outside. Tie up, look out here. Oh, another beautiful suplex. Missed the table though entirely. Now look at this. Oh, he set the table on fire. Oh no, Cope now. Cope and Jon Moxley now. Here it comes, Tazplex again. Jay White's back over the ropes there. And there he goes. Jay White attempted to strike Jon Moxley with the barbed wire baseball bat, but Jon Moxley has hold of it. And look at this. Beautiful exploder suplex there by Jay White. And now Cope in trouble. And so is now Jay White. Now Jon Moxley is reigning supreme on this match. And now look at this. Tazplex again. Or an exploder suplex there. Cope now has the barbed wire baseball bat. Oh, straight to the face of Jon Moxley. And Cope in trouble. Jay White. Beautiful takedown there by Jay White. Here's the cover. Oh, I thought we had a new champion there. And now Jon Moxley has that suplex again. And he is out. Jon Moxley throws the barbed wire bat to the outside. Jon Moxley now setting up the table. Cope is now back in the ring. Beautiful move there by Cope. Slamming Jon Moxley's face into his thigh. The barbed wire baseball bat is back into play. Jon Moxley now sets the table on fire. And now Jay White, forearm smash to Jon Moxley, waist lock. And now, German suplex. And down goes Jon Moxley. Jay White now. He's in control of the match right now. Cope on the outside, trying to recover. Look at this now, Jon Moxley. What's he going to do here? Oh, what a move! An inverted superplex. And Cope now. Powerbomb coming up. No, Jon Moxley breaks out of it. Tie it by Jon Moxley to Cope. Cope now slammed head first into the turnbuckle. And now Jon Moxley sets him up. What's he going to do now? Oh, he's going to go for it again. The air raid, the super air raid siren, and through the flaming table. That was insane. And now Jay White kicking away at Jon Moxley's ribcage. Oh, look at this. Roll up by Jon Moxley to Jay White. Here's the cover. 1, 2. Oh, just kicked out. Going for a close on there. Didn't quite connect. Jay White now trying to regain the upper hand here. Going for the kick there. No. Jon Moxley. And again, struggle with that clothesline. Cope now. Oh, no. It was reversed by Jay White into a hurricanrana. Down goes Jay White with that belly-to-back suplex by Jon Moxley. Cope now taking control of Jon Moxley. But Jon Moxley coming back. Clothesline into Cope. Now he's just stomping away. Jay White struggling to get his bearings right now. And now Jon Moxley has Cope. Oh, headlock driver. And down goes Cope as his head is driven to the canvas. Jay White now. And Jon Moxley, but no. Reversal there by Jon Moxley. Down goes Jay White. Moxley looking very fatigued here. And now standing dropkick. Down goes Cope. Jay White now with a tie-up. Whips him into the corner. Elbow strike there. Waist lock. Slams Jon Moxley's head into the turnbuckle yet again. Oh, what a kick to the knee there to Jon Moxley. And now look at this, Cope. Has him on his shoulders. Oh, he slams Jay White's chest into the top rope. Now all three men are trying to figure out what to do next. They have put themselves through hell, through carnage. They have tested one another. They are all heavily fatigued. Drop kick there by Cope. Jay White is down. And Cope now. Forearm smash, down goes Jay White. Suicide dive there by Jon Moxley. and down goes Cope. What a boot there by Jon Moxley to Jay White. Tight by the two. Cope now in trouble. Big boot there by Jon Moxley to Cope. Jon Moxley now. Here it comes. Oh, man. And Jon Moxley hits the money clip. And now, knees to the gut there to Cope. Cope is in trouble. Cope now whips Jon Moxley into the turnbuckle. Drives his shoulders into Jon Moxley's torso. But Jon Moxley coming back. All three men are trying to give it their all to either keep the AEW Championship. Beautiful overhead belly-to-belly suplex by Jay White, and Cope could be out of it. Knee drop there to the face of Cope. Jay White trying to get their count there. Jon Moxley now. Oh no, Jay White elbows Jon Moxley into the face. Standing drop kick. Down goes Jay White. And Jon Moxley now waiting for Cope to get it. Oh, what a clothesline there by Jay White. Jay White now has hold of Cope. Irish whip to the outside. Jon Moxley now standing drop kick to Jay White with a double axe handle on a grounded Jay White. There goes Cope, and he's down. And could this be it? Could this be Jon Moxley's moment? Here comes the Death Rider. But Cope is back in. He's waiting for Jon Moxley to get to his feet. Oh, what a spear! And here's the cover. 1, 2. Oh, and Jon Moxley just kicks out. Incredible match. This is a highly anticipated AEW World Championship match. And now Cope, wait a minute now. Standing drop kick by Jon Moxley to Cope. Moxley's out the ring. Jon Moxley pins Jay White. And he does it. Jon Moxley gets the winning pinfall over Jay White. He is still the AEW World Champion. All three of these men gave it their all in this match. But there would only be one man. And that man is the reigning champion who came into this match and fought his hardest to remain the champion. And the Death Riders continue to reign supreme in AEW.